Call this September 15th regular session to order. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Hammond?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 5-0. Need a motion to approve the minutes for the August 11th, 26th, 29th, and the September 2nd and 8th meetings.
So moved.
Mr. Toole?
Second.
Ms. Parrish? All in favor? Passes 5-0. Recognitions, Mr. Colquitt.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom. We don't have any in-person recognitions this evening, but I would like to point out that our art display this month is provided by students from Oconee County High School. Their sponsor is Ms. Bess Carter, and we appreciate them, thank them for sharing this talented work with us. We'll have them on the monitors in here in this space, but also on the hallway monitors throughout the rest of the month. And that concludes recognitions.
What's pride, Oconee County High School. Welcome, Mr. Stevens.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom, and good evening, everyone. Thank you again for giving us the opportunity to share with you tonight some of the things that make us most proud at Oconee County High School. I'm going to start with this quote. I love this quote and reflect on it often. It says, "Don't be so busy trying to keep your job that you forget to do your job." In education, it can feel like we live inside a constant race, chasing metrics, chasing test scores, percentages, growth targets. We push college-level rigor earlier and earlier, striving to outpace one another. Too often in our pursuit to be first, the message our students hear is one of competition alone, that success is solely about the number. At Oconee County High School, we've decided to be intentional about shifting that narrative. While we continue to value achievement and encourage our students to work to the highest standard, we know that if our sole focus is on scores, we miss the greater work in education. Our commitment is to grow students who live with their eyes up, students who look beyond themselves, who understand the impact they have on others, and who find joy and meaning in their high school experience. But creating that kind of culture does not stop with students. Just as important has been cultivating a school environment where our teachers feel valued, encouraged, and supported. We believe that when teachers love where they work, that joy and commitment radiate into every classroom and impact lives beyond it. Over the last several years, we've worked to build a community where character, connection, and care stand side by side with academic excellence for both students and staff. We believe that if we succeed in shaping that kind of environment, the numbers will always follow. So tonight, we're excited to have two awesome faculty members, teachers, two of our awesome student leaders to share that direction and that focus and just a few examples of the practices that sustain it. And Ms. House, one of our awesome assistant principals, too.
Good evening. I'm Josh Bentley. I am the marketing teacher at Oconee County High School, where I also serve as our DEC advisor, our school-based enterprise manager, and finally, and what we're here to talk about tonight is the Ultimate Warrior, which Mr. Stevens gave me that dubious honor 2 years ago. With that, I get to MC the pep rallies and engage with the students in that. And a few things I'd like to emphasize tonight, our Blue Side Breakfast that we have every year. Initiative that we had this year in conjunction with my DECA Club and the administration was a Bleed Blue campaign, where we gave away over 750 card magnets to faculty and staff, as well as parents and students during our open house, along with lapel pins and refrigerator magnets. It was an awesome initiative where really get the OC pride in our community. So another thing I'd like to talk about is our first day pep rallies, where students get to engage not only in the school spirit, but the impact that it has throughout the year, learning the school culture and being proudful where they're at school. So it's an awesome opportunity to engage in that first day and really get the pride going. And the last thing is our Spirit Shop and the initiatives that goes through our school-based enterprise to our students. A couple of things that we do. One each month, trivia. They do Tech-Free Tuesdays where students are engaged in trivia during lunchtimes and can win cookie passes to our school store, which is a big hit for our students. We also do that for our pep rallies to engage our students in our classifications, and they get to cheer and show their spirit and to win. Everybody in that class classification, free cookies. So it's an absolute awesome way to engage our students and really improve our school spirit. So thank you for your time tonight.
I'm not familiar with this remote. Also, I'm elderly, as you can see from Good evening. I am Amy Mize, the OCHS veteran. That means I've been the teacher that's been there the longest. I teach ELA, and I started teaching at Oconee County High School in 1998. Ms. Harden was my first superintendent. Dr. Harden was. Pretty much, I will promise you that every single thing about my job is different now from when I started in 1998. But nothing has really changed the culture at our school more than the students' use of their own personal technology, earbuds, cell phones. It's really changed the culture of teaching. So over the last 2 years, we've taken some very intentional steps to try to limit how much the students are paying attention to their personal devices and instead focused on making profound connections and being engaged in their school at OCHS. A few of the steps that we've taken do include Tech Free Tuesday. Every Tuesday, students are encouraged to put their phones in a basket on their lunch table. We have tabletop games for them to play. Once a month, there's a cafeteria-wide trivia game. Sometimes the kids will let me join their team because they figure like, I will know different stuff than they know. So I get to join their team sometimes, and it's really fun to play with them, and it's just a different way to connect to the students. We also encourage them to be tech-free in the hallways so that when they're walking to class, their earbuds are out and they're not on their phones. That way they don't walk into people. And when I greet them as they walk by my room, they can actually hear me now, so that's great. And it's definitely coming over into the classroom. It's much easier to ask them to put their tech away. They're more used to, in our culture, putting their tech away. So that way they can focus on their learning and building relationships in the classroom. And the last thing I'll mention, another way that we make teacher-to-student connections is through our advisement time. We call that Warrior Period. It's 25 minutes a day, and we're assigned a group of about 15 to 20 students that we guide from freshman year through graduation. So we're with these kids all the way through. Last year, my hallway, we all had seniors, so we were very intentional last year about making memorable moments for the senior class. We had a hallway-wide Valentine's Day party. We had an egg hunt. You can see that in the picture. That's the egg hunt from last year. We had a spring fling. One of the students said, this is like something out of a movie. They were not on their phones. They were not on their technology. And now we've got freshmen again, so we're building new traditions with them. So at OCHS, we know relationships are the foundation of learning, and we are committed to creating a school culture that prioritizes connection and community. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I would like to thank Mr. Stevens and everyone at Oconee for letting us do this, because we are the best school in the county. So it's love that we could do this. I'm Hudson Hale. I run track and cross country at Oconee, and I've done that for 4 years. I'm also on the student leadership team, and I am a co-president of Young Democrats. But what Oconee does is we bring people together. Starting with our Warrior Welcome, where upperclassmen are able to connect to the freshmen in a positive and encouraging way, making them comfortable for events like our first day pep rally, which sets the excitement, inclusion, and positivity for the year to come. The Spirit Stick, a coveted item during our pep rallies, allows students from all grades to be more willing to get excited and engaged, creating an exciting atmosphere that makes the underclassmen feel at home and the upperclassmen proud of what we've built.
Hi, my name is Bayla Johnson, and I am a senior at OCHS. I am the captain of the varsity dance team and have been a member of the team for all 4 years of high school. I am on the school student leadership committee and am also involved with the superintendent student advisory committee. To me, the first day of school pep rally is one of the most exciting new traditions at Oconee County High School. It truly sets the tone for the year ahead. The energy and enthusiasm in the gym creates a sense of unity that extends far beyond the event itself. The games and competitions are more than just the entertainment. They provide opportunities for the students to feel involved, to show pride in their class, and to build stronger connection to our school's community. Starting this year in such a spirited and positive way helps all of us feel a part of something meaningful before we even step foot into our first official class. Another thing I really love about Oconee is our Tech-Free Tuesdays. At first, it does feel a little weird to put our phones away, but it ends up being so much fun for everyone. Without social media to distract us, we get the chance to actually talk, laugh, and spend time with our friends face to face. It's a positive reminder that the best connections we make don't come from a screen. From funny categories, competing against teams at other tables, and sometimes even winning the Spirit Shop cookies, I look forward to the monthly trivia games. Walking in the halls, being in class, and getting involved in all the different activities and traditions are what make me proud to be a Warrior. Our positive school culture makes every day something to look forward to, and it is what makes Oconee County High School such a special place. Thank you.
As one of the assistant principals at Oconee County High School, I'm proud to be sharing the impact of our intentionality around our positive school culture. As you've already heard, these efforts, they're not just programs or spirit days or events, but they've become traditions that our students and our teachers genuinely look forward to. These efforts impact our student participation and school pride. You can see and feel the excitement in the hallways, for example, on a Luau Spirit Day, where almost every student and staff member that you pass has on a lei that they purchased at the Spirit Shop or Hawaiian garb, but almost every person in the building is participating. Or on the very first day of school, before the very first pep rally, when the entire student body breaks out into the YMCA as they wait for things to kick off. Or at a football game as they're waiting for the third quarter to begin, when the entire student section is singing at the top of their lungs, Sweet Caroline, in their construction vests. What they're doing is creating memories and community all at the same time. It impacts our culture of presence and relationships. Beyond the spirit days and the pep rallies, we're seeing high levels of engagement across the board in our 19 sports teams, 4 activity teams, 45 returning student clubs and organizations, and 9 new clubs and organizations. Additionally, through events like our school-wide rock, paper, scissors contest, our new initiative of Dance for a Donut on Friday mornings, and the Tech-Free Tuesday and trivia that you've heard a lot about already, our students have so many opportunities to genuinely discover their why and find their place at Oconee County High School. We believe and are seeing that when students feel connected, celebrated, and engaged, that they thrive academically, but also socially. Our positive schools efforts are not just ways to have fun, but they're investments in our students feeling like they belong and their future success. So a positive school culture does get kids excited to come to school, but culture alone isn't the whole story. So we all know that nothing replaces students being in class and engaged with their teachers. Couple that with the reinstatement of the attendance clause in our exam exemption policy, and we've paired that positive culture with clear accountability, and the results are already showing. So 2 years ago, in August 2023, 25% of our student body had an absence in August, totaling 964 total absences. Fast forward to this August, only 16% of our students had an absence in August, with only 420.5 absences. So that cut absences in half. So we are really excited about how this renewed commitment to attendance translates into higher student success and also student connection. And not only does it impact students, but it also impacts our faculty and staff. Being a high school staff, you're often siloed into your departments, and that's who you work with the most. And additionally, 90% of our teachers and staff either coach a club or coach a sport or sponsor a club. And so that can be difficult to find time for all of us to be together. And so the last couple of years, we've really focused on building out time, not only for professional growth and collaboration, but also with communication and celebrating being with each other and all the great things that are happening. We want teachers to grow as professionals and learn from each other and strive each year to be better than the last, but we also want them to laugh together and know each other and connect as people. So whether it's a spirit day where we challenge departments to dress up and the winning participating department gets a lottery ticket maybe or something cool, or a professional learning session where teachers collaborate on instructional strategies, we want our staff culture to reflect the same values that we cultivate with our students, which is community growth and pride in being part of OCHS. So with this, we're also seeing higher levels of staff retention and experience. So 94% of our teachers have been in education over 5 years. I already mentioned that 90% of our teachers either coach or sponsor something at our school, and 53% of our teachers are in year 6 or higher at OCHS, with Ms. Mize being our most veteran teacher. And so with this, we deeply value our teachers' commitment to the school and to each other, and because of this, we rolled out a new initiative this year that we are proudly calling the Letter Sweater. And you will see that Ms. Maffio and Ms. Mize both have earned theirs. And what this is this similar to a letter jacket that symbolizes commitment and school spirit, serving as a tangible reward for their dedication to OCHS. So after 5 years, teachers receive a letter sweater, and for every 5 years after that, they get a little bar for their letter, or for the letter on there. And then Teachers of the Year, star teachers, and coaches that have earned state championships will also be getting patches in October. And so this has been really fun to see everybody wearing them in the hallway. You'll see our first giveaway of letter sweaters on the screen, but they foster this sense of pride among our staff that our students get to see, and each sweater kind of showcases the unique journey and the legacy of each teacher. And so this quote is from John Gordon in The Power of Positive Leadership. Culture drives expectations and beliefs. Expectations and beliefs drive behaviors. Behaviors drive habits, and habits create the future. And it all starts with culture. So as we roll out these new initiatives of no headphones in the hallway, no tech, high grades, high expectations, we're doing it with love, and we're starting with the connection and making a positive impact. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. House. And really just to emphasize and to wrap everything up, as everyone has said, we spend an enormous amount of time from spring through summer, through leadership retreats and into pre-planning, focusing on what positive relationships and the impact that those can create in our building look like. And so just a little timeline for you. This is a picture from our Blue Side Breakfast kickoff that we had this summer that was a huge success, a Happy Blue Year theme that we really enjoyed. That starts again with our OCHS leadership team. That is a picture from our teenies, where we went and painted each other's portraits, just hanging out, having a good time. It starts with that leadership group. They spend an enormous amount of time helping to make decisions in our building. Of course, the Blue Side staff kickoff breakfast that we had, you'll see some pictures there of our contestants and our coaches. Hudson mentioned our incoming freshmen. That's that group together. We did have a rock, paper, scissors, I said that correctly, challenge with them, so that they'll be familiar with our school-wide paper, rock, scissors challenge that will roll out probably after Christmas. And then again, how that impacts all of our OCHS students on a daily basis at Oconee County High School. Do want to give you guys a quick shout out as well. Many hands make a heavy load light, and there was some great participation from our district office employees. They were actually coaches for us this year. You'll see their pictures on the screen. And a quick shout out to Oconee County Primary School, Ms. Hilly and Ms. Dalton, and you see Coach Kofer there holding the coveted Blue Side Breakfast trophy. So primary school gets to hold that for the entirety of the school year, and they will bring that back to us, and we will crown a new champion next year when we have our next Blue Side Breakfast. So thank you so much for having us tonight, the opportunity again to come and speak with you. And again, thank you for the support that you provide us each and every day. That does not go unnoticed, and the activities of the school building cannot happen without. So thank you again.
Matt, can we get a picture with y'all?
Sure. Yeah.
That's great.
All right, next we have presentations and discussions, business services, Mr. Adams.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Harden. The Business Services Report for September 15, 2025 contains 7 items of information and no action items for tonight's board meeting. Our first item of information is the August cash balance report. As of August 31st, the closing balance reflects a 6.5% decrease compared to the previous month. Despite this month-over-month decline, our cash balances for August remain strong, and we are well positioned to meet our financial obligations for the fiscal year. Our second item of information is our August vendor report. We paid 494 vendors $3.6 million for the month. Our third item of information is the budget report for August. Revenue and collections for the month stand at 9.4%. Expenditures, which typically would be at 16.6% for the month, are currently at 20.7%. I'd like to highlight that this higher percentage includes encumbrances totaling $3.9 million, or about 3.3% for the fiscal year. Without these encumbrances, expenditures would be more in line with our monthly expectations, but we will continue to monitor these figures closely as we move towards the end of the fiscal year. And since we like budget reports so much in finance, the fourth item of information is the budget report from June 2025. This is the closeout, unaudited fiscal year 25 budget report that shows our position at the year end and compares our actual spending to our budgeted figures. It provides us with a view of departmental performance, indicates any major variance, and helps us with carryover decisions as we close out the audited financial statements. The fifth item of information is the East Bloss Collections Report. We had an increase of 2.94% over last month and a 9.73% increase over August of last year. The sixth item of information is our East Bloss 6 report. Revenues and expenditures have been updated through the end of August. And our last item of information is the federal funds report. Allocations, funding, expenditures for the month of August. Again, these are reimbursement based, and we will see these funds continue to reimburse to us throughout the fiscal year. Again, this is just the lag that we have not really gotten any of the money back yet, but it's the beginning of the year, so we'll start to see those revenues come in within the next month or so for where we started. And that concludes my report, unless the board has any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Adams.
Thank you.
Communications to the board, Mr. Colquitt.
Mr. Ransom, no one signed in to address the board this evening.
Thank you. Action items, Dr. Harden.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If it pleases the board, you can vote on both items A and B, Board Policy IBB, Charter Schools, and Board Policy IBFG, Internet Acceptable Use. These policies have been on the table without receiving any comments, and we recommend removing them from the table and proceeding with approval.
Thank you, Dr. Harden. Need a motion to approve policy IBB and IBFG.
So moved.
Mr. Toole,
Second.
Mr. Hammond, all in favor? Passes 5-0.
And board members, you may vote on agenda items C, D, and E. We ask that you approve them as presented.
Need a motion to approve the field trips.
So moved.
Mr. Hammack,
Second.
Ms. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 5-0.
Skipped a page. Northeast Georgia RESA Special Education Services contract is presented to the board, and the contract is for $458,773.40, and this is for our shared services serving our special education students.
Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Tool?
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 5-0.
The next vote is asked for the purchase of a towable electric boom lift from Yancey Rents for a proposed cost of $57,885. This project will be paid for using ELOST and general fund dollars.
Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Mr. Hammond? Second. Ms. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 5-0. We do have a need to discuss personnel, and we need to enter executive session to do so, and I need a motion to do so.
I'll make a motion that the board will adjourn to executive session to discuss or deliberate upon personnel matters as described on the affidavit to be attached to the minutes.
Thank you, Ms. Parrish.
Second.
Mr. Hammack, all in favor? Passes 5-0. We're adjourned to executive session.